Greetings Internet, Didier here, and welcome to a very special match video that I'm so excited to bring you. If you watched our Rex Double Green Command Unity of Purpose combo deck profile video, you are coming here and wanting to see this deck in action. How are you going to actually use this combo to win the game in Star Wars Unlimited? So I decided to sit down with my friend Bill, who has been playing Rose ECL since the set has released. Rose ECL, such a great and underrated deck currently, and also to pay homage to Tabletop Royale, who I saw use a form of this deck, the Tower Number 9 version of the deck that I released a few weeks ago. So what I've been doing, I've been tinkering and building this list and kind of taking some notes from Tower's list, adding it together with my own ideas, and I ended up with a deck that I feel can Unity of Purpose consistently, but also can actually win the game without Unity of Purpose. And I wanted to show that here. I wanted to show that this deck's capable of winning against an ECL deck specifically, a deck that is going to be a little better at controlling the board than a normal, say, control deck, because of course the best way to control double green's units is to build up your own board. Double green doesn't have very many kind of go wide or clear. Like if you're not playing villain with OB or you're not playing Turbo Laser Salvo, you have very little options to kind of re-swing the board in your favor in double green. So I enacted special rules for this game for myself. I told Bill going into this game that if I would win a game with Unity of Purpose, I would then simply show it to the camera and discard it for the remainder of the matches to showcase how this deck could win without Unity of Purpose. So starting out here with one of the best turn 1 plays with Rex Double Green, which is R2-D2, and Bill responding with his Republic Arc Restored Arc. So this is a common thing that I've noticed in the current metagame, is that a lot of people are playing these 2-3 ships now. They go into a lot of the ships, and the 2-3 ships in particular are very strong with pilots. So it makes Blue Leader actually much stronger than you would think. I've been testing out Blue Leader a lot, and I go up and down on it. But in decks that don't have ECL, decks that don't have ECL specifically, like this Droid Manufactory deck, you can use the ambushing Blue Leader to help control and slow damage being put on you. And that's the most important thing, because I've been seeing everyone's comments about this deck, the use of this deck, and it's not easy to do. I'm going to be honest with you. The 24 HP is very difficult. But the power that you get from the Rex deploy is worth being able to navigate these matches, because you can see the first thing I did was to slow the damage push, is to get that early ambush, and now I am threatening a double unit kill 2-for-1 here with the Blue Leader again. Now I know that, so I want to kind of milk this turn a little bit, because I expected him to pilot here, and that's exactly what he's going to do. He didn't want to swing with that Masterpiece before getting another colored unit on the board. So he's going to want to pilot to try to save his own unit, and that is exactly what I was expecting him to do. Because responding with my own pilot, the Luke Skywalker, I now know that I can trade us evenly, but also still get a unit, and that's the power of Luke Skywalker pilot in this deck, is that you can do a very favorable trade while also still getting a unit. And you can see I'm snap decisioning those cards to the bottom, because I don't think I have Unity of Purpose in my hand. I do have the command, but I don't have Unity of Purpose, so I'm literally just looking for Unity. And when I say that when you R2-D2 and you're looking for Unity and you're not finding it, I don't care what that card is. That card could be the best card in your whole deck. It is not. If it is not Unity of Purpose, it is going to the bottom of your deck. Simply put, there is no question. So we do have that command. Although I did miss it, that's right, because I wanted to do the Luke Skywalker play. I felt like trading off the damage there was actually better because I wasn't finding the Unity. And that's kind of the big thing with this deck. You know, Bill is actually going to ambush the Frontier AT-AT into play because he doesn't have another vehicle, because I've been killing all of his units. I've been playing this controller game, and now we're going to see the Admiral Yularen come down while the Rose heals the Frontier AT-AT. I am setting up my board to go wide this turn. We both are flipping. Rose and Rex are now going to face off in the ground arena. But getting that Yularen and the R2-D2, you can also see I have two resources up. I still have 2 resources, and I could do another play, but Rose is going to go in thinking that he's going to go for the battle droid, but he's actually going to push base, and this is really key here. As soon as you see them start pushing base, you have to immediately respond. You cannot wait a turn or 2 or 3. You have a immediate snap response to the push on your base. Because I've been playing control the whole game. I'm not finding the Unity. I'm looking for it. I got the combo. I got the R2-D2. I've been looking. I've been searching, but I'm not finding it. But I know now that because he's pushing base on me, I know now's the time. Now is the time that I have to take over this game. So that's the important decision points with this Droid Manufactory. I have 14 HP left. But it's only 1 less HP than ECL, and ECL has already been blown. And I can thank the blue leader for 2 for wanting me in the space arena for that. So Yularen is going to go a long way to help you clear the ground arena, and Echo is just a dominating force, a dominating card, and I think I can attribute this match, what we're about to see here, this match, mostly to this Echo play, because that Echo is actually a 4-6 right now, because it is a trooper and a heroism unit. So a 4-6 going into Rose and surviving, actually same stats as Rose Echo. When we talk about how powerful Echo is in these Republic decks, this is what we're talking about. He is a leader right now. He is a 4-6. Crazy. I'm actually dropping down Adelphi here for tempo. And this is the other thing about my deck. What I've realized is you just want tempo. You just want to be able to Unity after claiming. And so when you play units, you want those units to help you attack and gain momentum on your opponent. So playing cards like the Adelphi Patrol Wing, Fleet Lieutenants, and things like that are incredibly important, especially when you're not drawing Unity. So, but here I know that he cannot have a unit on board. He just did an additional 6 damage to my base. So I cannot let him have a single unit in the ground arena because I can't take a single point of damage. I have to squeeze damage out and basically win in 1 turn. I'm doing the classic Unity thing. This is important here because this is what you do with a Unity deck when you don't draw Unity. We are seeing it here. We are playing a controlling game and using Yularen, Echo, and the units and the extra HP in order to push in. So we're going to get the 2 damage from the droids. Bill actually has a Luke Skywalker with the Red Squadron Y-Wing in the space arena. So that unit is actually a 6-4 right now. Same stats as the Patrol Wing. So if he hits me with that, he's going to get me to 20. He's going to get me to 20. So the question is, am I going to be able to do enough overrun damage this turn after being taken to 20? So this is a little scary here. So we'll have to see. Bill is immediately going to hit me For the 6. It's actually to 22. Oh, geez. Yep, so... Oh, wow. Did someone say that Droid Manufactory has no HP? I think I remember someone saying that. I agree. I absolutely agree, but let me show you how to win the game without unity of purpose. Because simply, the piloting mechanic in this game is one of the most aggressive mechanics. And when you play down a Luke Skywalker, and so much damage can be pushed in with this Adelphi, 7 damage, much greater output than that Red Squadron A-Wing, showing the power of Adelphi here. But Bill is going to throw down Hera on Ghost, giving Ghost Sentinel a phase too late after I was able to get in that 7 damage. And now we are going to see the ultimate damage race come out here with the R2, the battle droids, and Rex all marching, and then the Bright Hope. The Bright Hope to lock down the space and get the card draw. Now, I also want to point out that play right there as well. The Bright Hope to draw with the extra droid is very key in this deck, and you can see us packing it up with all that damage coming in the ground arena. Getting him to 16, I had plenty of damage in ground that turn. The Bright Hope kind of locked it down there for me, because even if I wasn't able to close out there, it would have taken him 2 actions to kill me, and I still had Echo and the Adelphi, so I could have just hit for another 5 or 4. So the Bright Hope, so that's what I want to talk about this. I know everyone is struggling. Everyone is struggling. So we can see some of the concepts here about this deck. One of the concepts I want to stress in this match is how you want to play Sentinels at the end of the phase. That's a big one. And you know, there's a reason why we play 3 Bright Hope, 3 Echo Base. And the reason is because you want to wait until they claim, usually, and then throw down the Sentinel. Because if you do it that way, then you're kind of ensuring that you're getting full value out of your board. They're going to push in against you and assume that they're going to just have the immediate crack as soon as they claim. And because you have like 90 billion actions, you are going to have plenty of action economy. So you can just kind of stall them out and then play a Bright Hope or an Echo Base Defender. It's very easy to make Echo Base Defender actually a 4/5. It's very easy to do that. So yeah, there's just a lot of options you have for Sentinels, and you can see that that's one of the main reasons why I won there, because even if I didn't have Echo there and I wasn't able to perfectly kill him there, I still probably had 2 more actions with that Bright Hope play at the end. But we are going to start out our second game. Battlefield Marine and the Phoenix Squadron A-Wing are facing off. Here we go. This is what you would kind of expect. And this is something I saw a lot of in matches online with this deck. You know, they would kind of lane dodge you and then just run you over in space. Nathan did that a lot in the Tabletop Royale games, and we're going to actually see the early ECL, and I commend Bill for this play, because getting the early ECL here to establish control of the field and responding with Yularen and the Rose Heal. The Rose Heal to almost completely negate the ECL that was just done. How crazy. Like, Rose is such a great personality. Seeing the Bright Hope there, almost resourcing it, but silly me thinking of resourcing a Bright Hope, but I think I actually might. How crazy is that? I might be fishing for the Unity. Oh, I think I wanted to keep R2 Bright Hope so I could draw. But we are going to see the command for 2 damage to take out the Phoenix A-Wing. People say, hey, it's non-unique. I know it's non-unique, but against the space aggro decks, they all play non-unique ships. They do. We just saw it. Always look out for that. I know. I wish it hit uniques. I wish it hit leaders. I wish you could plus... You know how busted it would be to +2 experience your leader and then kill the opposing leader? How busted that would be? Imagine Boba doing that. Imagine Boba being a 6-9 and then just one-shotting Han Solo. All right? There's a reason they made it non-unique. Stop asking for it to be non-unique. Okay, so rant over. There are plenty of non-unique units in the game. We are going to see the Rex deploy, and we are going to we're going to get all our buddies. He actually did that covering the wing there. You see that covering the wing? The covering the wing for the shield. He is set in to play a controlling game. He wants to. He is going to fully control my board here, taking out the Yularen, and then me immediately claiming. Here. So now, do I have Unity? I might have it. Because he took out my Yularen, I'm going to draw into another resupply. I swear, am I drawing all my ramp? Man. Wild games. I have not seen Unity at all. But this is what happens. This is what happens with these combo decks. You have to assume that you're not going to be able to Unity, and that is how I built this deck. I built it with the assumption that Unity is... It's not a win more card, it is a win condition. Okay? It is your Craterhoof Behemoth, if you will. But here it comes, Unity of Purpose. Everyone is waiting. I mark it with 3 damage. I have 3 unique units. Now, for those of you who love doing math, let me math you for a second. When you have simply Rex deploy, which is what we have right now, that is 18 damage with Unity. So that is +3/+3 on everything. That is 5 damage, 4 damage, 5 damage, and 4 damage. That is 18 damage. That is what Bill is staring down right now. So I'm just kind of mathing it out for him and explaining to him exactly how strong everything is. Because it's very important, because, of course, killing the Unity units is an option. He has Biggs or Hera. He has Hera. So he's going to take out a battle droid. This is pretty common here. Pretty common to do this. But now, let me ask you, what would you do in this next... Oh, look. We are not going to go base. Why are we not going base? Because he is going to double Rose that this turn. I know that. I know he's going to heal 4 and basically just completely negate what just happened. But I am not going to kill him with this Unity. I'm not going to kill him with it. I know it's only 18. I just lost 4 of that damage, so now I was down to 14. If I sent everything to base, it would have been 14. That's not even half of his... Well, it's a little over half of his HP. And this is my bomb card. And if I'm going to kind of establish my foothold in this game, knowing that the Rose deploy is coming, he already burned ECL, this is my time. So just pushing in the damage, taking the control when I can. And that's another important point with Unity, knowing those damage breakpoints. Knowing that I had 18 there and I lost 4 when he killed that droid. Knowing those damage breakpoints is incredibly important for a Unity of Purpose deck. You need to gauge how much damage you're going to do versus, the ability to control the field and push in damage at a later date. So now you can see there, he wasn't going to send Rose into a battle droid because it would have done 5 damage to Rose. He wasn't going to do that. He wasn't going to send her into Rex because, again, 5 damage to Rose. He wanted to save Rose. Sending Rose into any of my units ensures Rose's death because then I just send the battle droid. Because he knows I'm playing a controlling game. I am fine trading my units to control the board. And I showed that in the previous match. And you need to be prepared to do that in certain matchups. But now is the time. As soon as you flip Rex, you need to start pushing in. You can't... I understand, control is important. But I knew he's going to kill Rex there. There's no question, right? They always kill Rex. So always swing with Rex first. And then get your troopers in there. Get your battle droids in there. Start pushing the damage. He has a huge space fleet. Huge. That red squadron, now adding Harrison Duel to it, immediately responding with the Confiscate there to get off that Hera. Immediately responding with a Confiscate there. So showing the power of Confiscate for sure in this Captain Rex deck. I'm not sure why Rose is not tapped there. I don't remember why, I'll be honest. He must have killed Rex in a different way. But pushing in 1 damage here, and then Bill getting in his X-Wing damage, and about to send in that Phoenix Squadron in as well. Getting me up, I'm at 11, I'm now at 13, and another 3 damage is coming. Bill helping me out, do some math. It was late in the day, and I'll be honest with you, I'm very tired, and I am pushing myself to get these videos out to you all. That's how much I care about this Rex deck. I just think it's such an amazing deck that the world really needs to be playing it. Because we haven't seen a combo deck like this. This is a unique combo deck. This is not a, I'm going to, Wreck or ECL. This is, I'm going to play a Craterhoof Behemoth and I'm going to win the game with 7/7 Overwhelm. Okay, it doesn't give Overwhelm, but do you need Overwhelm? No. I thought about doing the draw there with Bright Hope, but I realized that my only path to victory is to just damage his base right now. It's at 13 to 14. It's dead even. 3 units to 4 units. I have a Space Sentinel. So, I'm not sure exactly what's going to happen here, but I think I actually snap claimed there. After he swung with Rose, I claimed because I think I saw a unity with the R2 that I just played. So again, another unity, and this is another golden rule of unity, is never resource unity. Never resource it. I made that mistake a few times already. Don't do it. I don't care if you have 3 unities in your hand. I don't care if you have 2 unities in your hand. Do not resource unity. Don't do it. But we are going to drop down the Battlefield Marine because he killed a clone, and that's fine. I'm on 8 resource now. I can start actually playing units and unitying in the same turn. And after I do that, I think Bill is going to, slowly realize that this game is slipping away. With the double unity play with the R2-D2 cycle. So 3 power on everything again. Bright Hope is a 5/9 with 3 damage. And the Battle Droid is a 4. So it is a total of 9 damage. Getting him to 23. Bill kind of scooped up there. Knowing that he couldn't attack into the Bright Hope, knowing that I was going to be doing 9 damage and getting him to 23, pretty much just sealed the game there, and we packed it up. So I wanted to show that Unity works. Hey, look, it works. Showing another concept of the Unity deck, which is the ever-important Sentinel when you have Unity. Very, very important. This is why one of the things that you do with the Unity deck is you Sentinel at the end of combat and then you claim. Because if you draw Unity, opening with a Unity with a Sentinel unit, it's just a wall. It's just a wall. I have had like a 10-10 Echo-based defender. What are they going to do to a 10-10 Echo-based defender? I don't know. But I can tell you that they're not going to hit your base. So these are the things that you need to think about with this Unity deck. How am I stopping damage coming in while simultaneously pushing damage? It's constantly a tug of war. And, I've played with Droid Manufactory a lot, and this is why I know this. I played Double Green Padme with Droid Manufactory, and pretty much everyone that I talked to said the deck was bad because it died so quickly. And I know that it's hard to play. And sometimes you need healing. And sometimes you need a 10-10 Sentinel. But no matter what, the Unity deck works. And we have seen it now. It is 2-0 against this Rose deck. And I know everyone's going to be saying, like, oh yeah, it's Rose ECL. Again, I wanted to play it against an ECL deck to show that the ECL board control, even with the ECL board control, I could succeed. I know Django's a bad matchup. Starting out with Hera Syndulla here. Now, keep in mind, now the rule is enacted. If I draw Unity, I have to show it to the camera and discard it. And there it is, Unity of Purpose, going to the discard pile, because that is the rule I made for myself. We will not be seeing Unity in this game. So we now know that I would have been able to Unity this game. Let's see what happens and see if Unity would have won the game. Because maybe it would have. And I just discarded it. So covering the wing here is going to give Hera Syndulla a shield and make an X-Wing. Very strong here. But I know that with a shield, that means it's time to push. That means it's time to push. But he is just going to even it up with a 2 damage to restore, and I'm going to ambush in. This is what I'm saying about these 2 damage ship units that are very prominent in this current metagame. Covering the wing is a great card. Giving any unit in the game a shield, very strong, especially when you have a lot of Sentinels. And we know that blue decks have a lot of Sentinels, and it is a great way to give the Ghost Sentinel as well. Covering the wing, a great card. And what I'm seeing a lot of blue decks do these days is actually go a little light on turn 1 plays and play Covering the Wing as a turn 1 play potentially. So dropping down the blue squadron Y-Wing and then drawing a card by doing 2 damage to it. Me pushing in here, I'm just pushing the issue. I know that I'm not going to be able to Unity this turn. I'm not going to be able to Unity this game. So knowing that I can't Unity, it's kind of like in chess when you take away the queen from the AI, and then the AI played differently against you because they don't have a queen, right? It's kind of like that. I know that I can't Unity, so it is making me play differently. It is making me play so much more aggressive. Pushing in 9 damage here with the resupply deploy. We are going to push in. Now here's the Unity turn. Here it is. And I claimed. I have initiative. I would Unity right here for what? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This is game. This would be an easy clap game. Like, easy clap game. There's quite literally nothing. And even if this was Django, he loses here. Because you Unity and then you have Rex as a 7-13? Battlefield Marines is 7-7. No, he's an 8-8. And the clone is a 7-7. So you have 3 units that take out Rex on deploy. So, yeah, Django just dies. So, like I said, Django's a bad matchup, but you can win. So, if I just Unity here, I just win. So, but I don't have Unity. And that's the point. The point is that sometimes you're not going to draw the Unity of Purpose. And sometimes you're going to have to make do with what you have. And when it's time to make do, oh no, actually he has initiative. My bad. So, okay, so worthy to note there. Dropping down the Yularen, that's right, I remember this. Because my hand is actually really, really good. Yularen and Echo-Based Defender. I love, and here it is, Echo-Based Defender. I love this play. Having Rex and then playing Yularen and Echo-Based Defender the turn after the Rex deploy, when you don't have Unity, this play is probably my favorite play. Because now Echo Base is a 4-5. A 4-5 Sentinel. And Rex is, you know, a 2/7. Like, everything is so beefy. The clones are 2/4s. Battlefield Marine is a 3/5. Like, you have Cassian unit. You have, I don't even know. You have all these strong units. This is definitely by far my favorite play without Unity. So, and this is kind of how I built this deck. I built this deck as a low to the ground tempo aggro deck. The top end of the deck is Unity of Purpose. Unity of Purpose is the top end. That's it. It's just Unity of Purpose. And once you hit 6, you stop. You stop resourcing. So now there is an argument to be made that you could play Home 1 in here, and I have heavily considered it. But I have found that games that I lose because by like 3 damage, usually. Like, it's just a couple damage. Like, if I just had a Fleet Lieutenant, I win kind of deal. So I just added a bunch of Fleet Lieutenants. That's it. Like, simple as that. Like, and I think when it comes to deck building, that's how simple the evaluation needs to be. What do I need to win the game? Okay, let me add that card. Because we're seeing here the Echo-based Defender take the full onslaught of the ground and just take it free of charge. And now I'm able to push in, kill Rose with a clone, and just control. I've only taken 7 damage. I had a absolute monster of an Echo-based Defender. And now I still have... What is that? 12 damage with a restore, and probably have a Bright Hope in my hand right now. Because I always have a Bright Hope in my hand. Do I have a Bright Hope? Of course I have a Bright Hope. Why wouldn't you? Bright Hope is the best card in this set. It's the best. The best card. There's no card that's better than Bright Hope with Chewbacca. Chewbacca, Bright Hope. Best combo.gg. So please, subscribe to our Patreon, like and subscribe for the best combos. No. No, we will come. We are going to come out with a Patreon soon, but not yet. But yeah, I mean, here it is. This is the conclusion. I wanted to really show out this deck. We are going to see the ECL. Bill wasn't able to ECL last turn because of that Echo-based Defender. He could have sent Wedge into it to take it out and then saved his Rose and then pushed in 6 and then an extra... Yeah, 6 and then an extra 2 would be 8. So I would be at 15 right now. Yeah, so let's see if that matters. I want to see if that Wedge was the difference there. Okay. I did roll it back, and it was the Ether Sprite. That's what it was. The Ether Sprite to take out the blue leader. That's what it was. So that definitely a great play there, you know, to slow the damage push versus, yeah, and put more damage on the board, right? Because it actually wasn't 8, it was only 4. It was actually 3 with the Wedge. So, yeah, so I think that's okay. That's actually, it's good. I like to, hey, you know, I like to ensure good integrity for these games for you all. I know you're all looking for high caliber play, and I'm trying my best to bring it to you. And, you know, I know that I feel bad because I know that my local playing scene feels pressure. And I just want to give a huge shout out to my local scene and all of my friends for helping me make this content. The community thanks you for this. And I just want to, everyone at Portal Comics and Gaming, Bill and his crew, Tim and his crew, Jose, just everyone, of course, my friend Anthony, my friend Dave, like all of you, thank you so much for helping me bring Star Wars Unlimited to more people than just our small local community. And I think if we all come together and just show how awesome this card game is. You know, I love intricate card games, and this is one of the best ones. And Unity of Purpose is a card that makes you think. And when you put a Luke Skywalker on a Republic Arc 170, you have to ensure that you end the game. Now, actually, Bill played Radis there. This is amazing, actually. So this is amazing. Bill played Radis, and I killed the Radis with the Republic Arc, and then he used Radis' ability to kill Captain Rex with its damage. Now, this is a misplay on my part, because I should have just not killed the Radis. There was no reason for me to kill it. I just wanted to be fancy with Luke Skywalker. But yeah, so the 3 damage from the Battlefield Marine, getting him to 22. Yeah, and then the Radis. So he's actually going to take out a Battlefield Marine. That's what the Radis survived with 1 HP. And then he attacked the wedge into a battle droid to take the 1 HP away from the Radis, get the triggered ability to simultaneously kill Rex. Really great game, because then I just claim into the death, and he doesn't have enough damage. He gets me to 23. But showing that if he actually maybe did the wedge play, it might have been better. He might have been able to actually squeak out that game there if he did the wedge play and got the extra damage. Then I would have lethal with that extra 3 damage from Blue Leader. Tough call, but really great games. Again, I wanted to show everyone these matches. And if you like this video and you like innovative deck profiles and how to actually use and play those decks, hit that subscribe and like button. Thank you so much for joining us. Turn your dial to Random Number Gaming.